Hi, this is Dr. Gary, and welcome back to Mind Talk. It's been a long time since I've been here, and we're going to talk about that right now. Well, just to get a little housekeeping out of the way, I want to thank all of you, those of you who've been in contact with me over the last 2 years, wondering what the heck happened to me. Your kind words, your thoughts, I really appreciate it. Your support is more and more overwhelming to me every time I hear from you. Those of you who thought something had happened to me or I wasn't here anymore, I appreciate your kind thoughts and your feelings about that. However, I am here, quite alive and ready to go. Since I talked to you last, there's been a lot happen in the world. We got a new president in office now for a year. We've got runaway inflation some places here in the United States. We have people that are wanting to go back to work and can't, people that are working and don't want to. We've got all kinds of crazy things going on here, including supply chain problems, people telling us that the United States is not a good place anymore. So right now, I want to clear some of these things up because many of you have been in contact with me wondering, what happened to you, Dr. Gary? What do we do in a situation like this? And it's not like I have all the answers and I have all the solutions to many of these things. However, there is a consistent theme that helps all of us get through it and get through it together. Whether it comes down to vaccine mandates, we want them or we don't want them. We have friends that don't believe the same thing we believe, so now they don't speak to us anymore. There's many petty things going on that's never happened to us anytime in our history that's happening to us now. One of the biggest things is we all have to protect is our own freedoms. And we have to pay close attention to those things being dwindled away on us one thing at a time. It's up to us to pay attention to that. It's up to us to stand up for our rights, our ability to think, and our ability to live our life the way we want to live it. This is America, and I'm not going to be political about this. However, this is America, and we are Americans. And it's time to stand up for what we want, what we believe, and to do the things that are right by other people. Many of you have contacted me wanting to know what to do about friends that don't want to speak to us anymore because of the vaccines or the lack of vaccines. Or we've had COVID and they haven't, and they're afraid of us. What you have to do is do what's right. First of all, you have to love those people anyway and understand many people are under the false impressions of false information, bad information, or maybe information that was outdated, and now there's new information and they haven't caught up to it yet. You have to give people a little bit of credit to understand that not everybody's going on the same data. So whether they're your friend or they're not your friend, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you forgive them for it anyway. You move beyond it. And if they are afraid of you, just stay away from them for the time being. I can assure you that all this is going to clear itself up in the near future. What's right is going to be right. What's wrong is going to show itself. And if you're caught up in this trap, whether it's in business, whether it's in your job, whether you're a medical worker and you're being under certain kinds of pressures to do certain things that are against your will or your belief, this will clean itself up eventually. What we all have to do as Americans right now is we have to stand together and understand we have to arm lock ourselves together. And sometimes it's just time not to comply with some of the nonsense. Use common sense rather than panic, and understand there is a lot of fear porn out there right now telling people a lot of things that just isn't true. It's your job to discern what's right and wrong for you, and also to pay attention. Get your news with new places that are more honest and more forthright than what was once our three primary networks. We got to be really careful who we listen to and what we want to believe. And sometimes what sounds good isn't good. So today, as we bring these tune-ups back online, I'm going to be talking to you about many of these things. I'm going to ask you to be involved. I want you to be involved in your own life, in other people's lives. And if you have friends that are in discord with you, work through that. Learn how to do that. Friends are worth it. However, if they just won't listen, then go somewhere else. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, do the right thing by yourself and the ones that you love. I want you to comment on these channels that I'm talking about, these different areas. I want you to hit the notification bell if you already haven't. Also, please subscribe to this. This is how we support ourselves. And this is really important that we all chime in together. I am playing fair with you. We don't cancel comments if they're non-favorable to what I'm saying. I am not right about everything. In fact, I rely heavily on really strong sources, and I check them to double check them. So it's really important that you do the same thing. And if you have information that I don't have, share it with me so I can share it with others. It's time to pull together. We are Americans, as I said. Act like one, think like one, be one. Until next time, this is Dr. Gary thanking you for sticking with me. I'm going to be talking to you much later, maybe a couple, 3 times in a month, and maybe even more, whatever is required. We will get through this. Trust, trust, trust. But above all, trust yourself and your own instincts. Until next time, this is Dr. Gary asking you to have a great week. And guess who makes it a great week? You. How does that happen? You decide. You decide how you're going to have a week, and the way that it's going to go, nobody else does. Until next time, bye-bye.